Palantir, or even Palantir and Peter Mandelson, it's the fact that the meetings were not minuted, so no one knows what was discussed. And then there was a direct grant of £240 million, not a tender, not a bid. That's something that needs to be looked at very, very closely. That's the issue. It's not really about the political appointment. Political appointments can be good, they can be necessary. Just don't pick the best friend of a convicted paedophile who's still been hanging out with him afterwards. That's the real issue. Max Kendix, The Times.
Thank you. You say you know you're not in the files, but there is an email in the files suggesting that David Cameron's top aides tried to set up a meeting between him as Prime Minister with Jeffrey Epstein and Woody Allen in Paris. That meeting never ended up happening. But are you absolutely confident there are no connections between senior Conservatives and Jeffrey Epstein?
I'm a senior Conservative. I have a great shadow cabinet. A meeting that never happened, which somebody asked for, I don't think is particularly interesting or relevant. There are lots of people's names in those files. My name isn't in them. Neither is anyone in my shadow cabinet, as far as I'm aware. I think I don't think, James, are you in the files? No. No. Okay. I think we're good. Martin Beckford, The Mail.
Thank you. I'm just wondering, what did you make of the police telling the government last night not to publish documents that they say might undermine their investigation into Peter Mandelson? Are you concerned that this might let Keir Starmer off the hook? Thank you.
So, it's a very interesting question. So Keir Starmer was leaning on that in his speech, saying, I really wanted to release all the files, but the police have asked me not to. He did not want to release the files. I asked him in September. He had plenty of time. He didn't release them. It wasn't until we used a parliamentary mechanism called a humble address that he realized that he couldn't get his MPs to back him, that he was forced to release the files. Now, the police have said that they don't want things released that may prejudice their case. I think that is fair enough. We're not interested in what Peter Mandelson got up to. The police can investigate that. We are interested in who knew what, when, and how the appointment came to be made. That has nothing to do with the criminal investigation. And if they're so scared, I'm very happy to go into a room and have a look and see myself so that we understand that. The Intelligence and Security Committee is a safe place. They see lots of top secret information all the time. But please do not let Keir Starmer confuse you by telling you that his appointment of a man with his associations with the paedophile was national security or international relations, or it's a police investigation. He is hiding. He will do anything and everything he can to stay in office, and he is going to use every trick in the book. Do not buy it. He's been got banged to rights, and we need to make sure that the truth comes out and everything that went on is exposed. Yeah. Martin Brown, The Express.
Thank you. What should the public be most worried about? The fact that Keir Starmer gave Mandelson the job when he knew that he'd stayed matey with Jeffrey Epstein after his conviction, or the fact that we have a Prime Minister now who has no authority in his own party and within Parliament? Thank you.
Martin, I think it's both. This is why I'm making that offer to Labour MPs, that those of you who think this is untenable, and many of them do, I saw their faces at Prime Minister's questions. They looked sick as they were listening to him confess that he always knew. They know that there is a problem. Up until now, Britain has not been governed. All those examples I gave, their inability to get legislation through, the ridiculous budget of 2024, the worst budget of 2025, hitting pubs, small businesses, farmers, the endless U-turns. He hasn't been able to govern even during his supposed honeymoon period. There is no way he's going to be able to govern now. That is a serious problem. That is what I'm trying to draw attention to. That as salacious as all these details about Jeffrey Epstein and Peter Mandelson may be, we need to really think about what matters, what is happening to our country while these unserious people are dancing around the key issues and clinging to power in Downing Street, or whatever you might call it, because as you say, they are in office but not in power. Kitty Donaldson, The Eye.
Thank you. I was just wondering, do you think it would make any difference if Sir Keir Starmer sacks Morgan McSweeney? And secondly, is anyone in the cabinet you admire, Wes Streeting, for instance?
Is there anyone in the cabinet that I admire? No. Some of them are better than others. I think Shabana Mahmood is someone who shows that she's better than her colleagues. I doubt that they will ever let her have a go, but I think that she is at least honest about the problems that the country is facing and doesn't pander. Sorry, what was the beginning of your question? Would it make any difference if he sacks Morgan McSweeney? I think to some extent. I think that what has happened is so serious. Someone should go for it. Someone needs to take responsibility. That's why we asked for the files to be released. It's not so that we can read lots of juicy gossip about Mandelson. It is so that we know who took that decision and when, because it embarrassed our country on the international stage. It made us weaker from a national security perspective. It left us exposed. Someone needs to take responsibility. And all we're hearing from Keir Starmer is, Peter Mandelson lied to me. They're trying to put it all on Peter Mandelson. It is not all on Peter Mandelson. It is also on Downing Street. And I think that if it's not Keir Starmer, then it should be Morgan McSweeney. Both of them have a lot to answer for, and both of them are hiding. And finally, Noah Hoffman from The Sun.
Thank you, Kemi. Just quickly turning to crime and justice. A jury has acquitted 6 Palestine Action activists who mounted a raid on an Israeli defense company's factory. There are now some questions over potential tampering with the jury. You want to put out a strong message about criminal damage. I was wondering what you make of this situation and what actions you plan to take, if any, in response to it.
I believe you're talking about the case where a police officer's spine was broken. I think it's absolutely disgusting. I think that we have police officers and so many others who put themselves on the front line, and for people to attack them so viciously in that way and get away with it, that sends a very, very bad message about criminal activity, about our justice system. There should be an appeal. I think it needs to be looked at again. I haven't heard the allegations about jury tampering, but if we are a country where you can break the spine of a police officer and get away with it, then we are in serious trouble. And what I want to hear is what the government is going to be doing about it. And right now, they're not doing anything about it. They're not saying anything about it because they're all trying to delete their emails and worried about who's going to be caught in this scandal. This is what I'm talking about, that there's so many things that are being degraded. I have said that a lot in our country is broken. Our country is not broken, but a lot is. The politics is broken. There are a lot of issues in the judicial system. There are problems with borders. There are problems with public order. We need to start getting real solutions to that. Many of those things, we didn't fix properly in government. Some of them we did, but now is the time. We've come up with better plans. We have plans to have more police officers. We have plans to fix the borders to make sure that people who come in are people who should be here, and so much more. That's what I want us to be talking about. And people can disagree with what we're offering, but at least let's talk about the real issues. Instead, we're talking about whatever new milestone Keir Starmer has cooked up in the morning and what he may or may not have said to Peter Mandelson. Britain is not being governed. I think it is time that we get serious and get back to business. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.